Hello? Hello, sir. My name is Peter, and I am calling you from the IRS. And we have noticed some irregularities in your tax filings, and you need to pay these immediately to avoid legal consequences, or I will send down the sheriff to arrest you today. Are you ready to settle this matter financially, or do we need to get law enforcement involved? Okay, Peter, I'm sure. So, you mean to tell me that you're gonna send down the sheriffs, like the IRS is gonna send down the sheriffs, like today to come and get me, or I can just settle this matter? I mean, I do have some monopoly money, but you're gonna have to send an agent down here, like in person. No, sir, I am sorry. We no longer accept that. We only accept Amazon or iTunes gift cards. It is a new policy as of 2022. Ah, interesting. That's why Amazon doesn't pay any taxes. Interesting stuff. I didn't know that they were working with the IRS like that, but it makes sense. Either way, Peter, you can send down the coppers down here. I'm not too worried about it.
Arrested for not paying in gift cards. Must be a new chapter in the criminal code. Maybe there's hope for the cops actually accepting that stupid get out of jail free card you wave around every time you're about to get arrested.
You know, Nomi, I know you think I'm crazy, but like one day they will. I'm not joking here. Like the world's accepting like Looney Tune logic more and more. It's just a matter of time. But dude, these scammers just never seem to stop. Like here they are calling me at freaking 8 o'clock at night. Like what better way to say that you're calling me from outside the United States, like from the get-go? I'm supposed to believe that some person working a government job is going to call me after hours and they're going to go, oh, by the way, your taxes are late and we need you to get some Amazon gift cards to pay us back for that, or we'll send the sheriffs down there. like, like, I mean, the fact that that scheme has not seemed to change over the last couple years, like, shows me is that, like, one, there's a lot of people getting working these jobs, answering the phone, and two, like, I can't believe it's actually working and it's created this big of a market that there's like copycat scammers. They're like, oh yes, that is going to be the way to do things, right? And it's just wild to think about how big the market actually is. And sometimes I wonder if these countries where there's a lot of scammers, do like the politicians help campaign, like, do this so that scammers can like do business in their country, right? It's like a way of bringing in foreign investment and providing jobs to its citizens. I don't know. It's food for thought. I think about these things, but I don't pay attention to other people's politics.
International fraud is one thing, but there's no excuse for poor scheduling. It's one of the biggest reasons I don't respect the industry. I've always looked at international scammers as the fast food of the criminal world, always open, always regrettable.
They're just some of the worst, man. I really hate them since they ruined like the awesome technology that is the telephone. And now nobody wants to answer the phone anymore since all the calls that you get are scammers, or at least most of the calls I get. And if you answer the phone to like just some random number and it turns out to be a scammer, then your number's gonna get called even more. Cause I'm sure there's like some stupid list of like, oh man, this one actually has people attached to it. We should just call that one because I swear, if you answer your phone once or twice or anything, and especially if you say hello and you hear that bloop and it clicks and then you hear poke dot like, aw, dude, I already know that I just got on the list, and yeah, it drives me insane. But I think that's the real reason why everybody prefers texting over talking on the phone. Uh, but those scammers, they've got them even for like the message people, right? They started off with like the emails. They've gone like all the way to like social media, but like with the emails, they start off with like some Nigerian prince and the little loop emails that, oh, you gotta pass this off to somebody. At least I don't know. I wasn't on the internet back in like the 90s, but I do get at least 10 to 15 different stupid emails every day. And what pisses me off is they come to my inbox, and then these are all just like straight garbage. I get maybe 3 important emails a day. All the other stuff is just complete garbage, junk mail. And they will send me a scam off, like the same scam offer from 3 different emails in less than 1 minute. Like, it's not clever. It, you would think that maybe we should check over our list of the stuff that we're going to send out and then only send it out here so that we're not bombing the same person 3 times. Like, especially if the person's dumb enough to be on the list multiple times, because obviously I'm dumb enough to be on the list multiple times. And what do you see is so that's where I'm getting that, and it only exposes their scam to dumb people. People are dumb enough to respond to their stuff. And then the real topper for it all for me is whenever you're actually like expecting an email from somebody. 9 times out of 10, it gets sent to the spam folder. I I don't know who wrote the code for like the email services and everything that checks like what's gonna be spam, what's not spam automatically. But that person like messed up, or or hear me out here. Possibly there is a conspiracy on the part of where big spam is paying off, like, email providers to go in and change the code and reverse the check the way that the feature's supposed to work. So direct emails to you get sent to the spam folder, whereas stuff that should have been sent to the spam folder is sent to your direct email. No, man, I think there's something to that.
I don't know about all of that. I will say that those email scammers are like the clingy exes of the internet. No matter how many times you block them, they find a way back into your inbox. Oh, pardon me, Joe. I didn't mean to talk about something you have no experience in. But to your point about the message people, they are not even safe in their little messaging world. The MLM world and social media have created a whole subculture of boss babes, pushing scam products to all of their friends and friends' friends.
Hey now, I have my methods, man. You gotta give them a reason to not call you back. And that, my friend, you gotta admit, I am a master at. But those MLM people, dude, that's like half the reason I got off Facebook like 6 years ago, man. Another reason, of course, trying to get out from under the thumb of Big Brother. But that's like a whole nother rabbit hole entirely. But I was starting to get invited to these freaking business meetings by people I barely knew from high school, asking me to sell some BS product. I remember this one guy I had. He had special soda and energy drinks. I remember him today because I still get scam emails like photos from this dude's photos from this dude, photos from this dude. I was like, dude, that guy is like so deep in scams. I wonder if he like does scams himself, or like he just got so deep into the scam database that like either way, I'm super upset about that one. um, but really the product is like just a formality, so they technically have a product to sell, because as you know with MLMs and everything, they got the little pyramid because it's all about recruiting somebody else to sell below you, because selling sucks, right? Selling the product actually sucks. Nobody wants to do it. They're always trying to shirk the duties off onto somebody else to actually do it. So the only ones that are really buying any product are the people that are just starting off, or the people that are like trying to fake it and act like it's really good. Sometimes people that are sellers, they'll actually get a few token purchases from like supportive friends and everything, but the real ones that are buying it are the sellers trying to use it themselves as like a walking advertisement. But I don't know, from my perspective, nothing says I'm gullible like walking around with a green sludge drink in a bottle that you barely drink out of, that you just confess to me over and over is like the best thing ever. I don't know. I just don't buy it, and I'm not gonna buy it.
But I remember I dated this one girl that just knew she was just going to be the next great thing in makeup tutorials. She never sold a single thing, like the whole time that I knew her, but she wasted all the money she made from the Dollar General uh, on the freaking crap for those stupid videos. The real shit of it is that the makeup was crap and it like ruined her skin. She progressively turned into like this leathery raisin as time went on. And dude, with her being like flat as Kansas, it's I just had to break it off, man. And the day that she sent me some photos and it reminded me of Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs, I knew it was over. You know, I mean, that's just never really a good thing to think about your girlfriend.
What does your make-believe former girlfriend doing makeup tutorials have to do with MLMs? You know, Joe, you don't have to lie to kick it.
Bro, she worked for like a MLM company that like pushed makeup or something. I can't remember what the hell it was, but like she never made it. Yeah, it was like a makeup company. That's why she was like trying to push that crap, and she had like some affiliate link in her little video descriptions. That's what it has to do with the freaking MLMs, man.
The Facebook MLM huns are mainly preying on boomers because, let's face it, that's where they still linger. Now, those crypto bros have really taken over as the fresh faces of today's scam game, flourishing on platforms like TikTok.
You're right, man. The only people that are really on Facebook are like my parents and like my grandparents. At least they're the only ones I hear talking about it anymore. Maybe it's like Walmart and people just don't admit to being on there, but that they're on there. But if you ask me, the crypto is a semi-believable get-rich-quick scheme since some people really do get rich from it, right? Some of them do. But like the lottery, yeah, some people do get really rich from it. But would you call that a sound investment strategy? I wouldn't call scratch offs and the Powerball to be a sound investment strategy. But who am I to say I'm? That's probably why I'm still poor, right? But from what I saw of looking at the people that went like really, like the guy that really made a whole lot of money with Dogecoin, all the people that went from like rags to riches with crypto, they they really just look like they were lucky enough to pick the correct shitcoin at the right time and were able to sell it before the founders did like their rug pull. Or people decided to just get tired of it and the whole market just started crashing, right? But one of the more entertaining parts of like these crypto bros and influencers and stuff is they're like Wolf of Wall Street like style marketing, and like they straight up try and emulate Jordan Belfort, uh, as they're like, yeah, and why people think that Jordan was the good guy in that movie. I mean, I guess they weren't really paying attention to the movie, and what was actually being done. I don't really even know if there was any good guys in that movie. I guess you could say the FBI, but given given the way the last couple years have been, it's hard to ever see the FBI in a sympathetic light. At least the way I see it. Um, but in Wolf of Wall Street, he was showing those like pink sheet penny stocks, and that's how he got like his foot in the door, and that's like how he really raised up his company. But nowadays, it's shady coins made by anonymous developers, pushed to you by some like 16 to 20-year-old curly, broccoli-haired kid wearing some stupid-looking sunglasses by a poolside, going, "You want to make money? Gotta invest in crypto, dude. Live that laptop lifestyle." Right? Oh, the laptop lifestyle people, and that's a whole like subgenre of scammers and hype men. But in terms of like the crypto market itself, I did try, I dipped my toe into it. I spent $10 every week for 20 weeks just to see what would happen. And I was at one point like 28, no, I think I was up to $60 in the positive. And then within about a couple months after that positive note, it was all worth about 30 bucks. And at that point, I just decided to get out while something was left. Um, At least I can go get myself like a bottle of vodka. Or, nowadays I could get myself like a meal from McDonald's. Uh, but I wanted to get out while something was left. I wanted to get into it because I almost bought Bitcoin whenever I was younger, and that was like whenever it was like $20 a coin. But I thought it was just like online drug currency, and I'm just way too paranoid to try and purchase drugs or do any sort of crime on on a website. Like, I don't know, it seems pretty sus to me. I don't understand how people pull it off, or even just like, yeah, this is gonna be a good idea. I'm gonna risk it.
Crypto investing is a world where the term "to the moon" actually means straight into the abyss. Too bad that you had to lose almost 2 months of your salary to learn it.
Purr, 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 purr.